We're in the town of Edam. Even out here in these little towns, lots of bikes, and they have bike lanes. This is the third largest church of this shape, which is built in a cross shape in all of Europe. And you might wonder why they built such a large church in a small place. They used it to protect the cows during floods. The people could climb on the roofs of their houses. They actually brought the cows into the church to protect them during floods. This is Merkermeer, which is the lake here in Volendam. Marker's on the other side, and we're going there next. This is the largest freshwater lake in all of the Netherlands. What's the green one?
Pesto.
Oh, pesto.
Pesto cheese. Now you're brave enough, you're the starter to put some sauce. It's a bit difficult, but it's really delicious. In Holland, it's kind of common to use mustard on cheese.
Which is the oldest, did you say? This one?
The darker the color yellow, the older it is. The old cheese factory, the way it used to look. Some of the equipment that would have been found in it.
here. I'm afraid I would go to this place entirely too often. Love stroopwafels, and we are now going to see a demonstration of how to make them.
So now here we have the dough for the Dutch waffle, and it consists of flour, so harina, azúcar, sugar, levadura, yeast, un poquito de leche, a little bit of milk, mantequilla solamente un huevo, butter and only 1 egg. There's only 6 ingredients. I'm going to close this down for you because it's a bit heavy and hot. But for now, Chef Mark, you get to press start.
What?
Stop putting this one right here.
Oh, the one that says
Stop. Yeah, don't flip it. Put it on a white cutting board. Thank you. Now you get to use both hands to cut out a perfect circle. And here in the Netherlands, they don't let anything, and I mean anything, go to waste. So these pieces right here, back in the late 1800s, the fishermen would actually buy the crumbs and use it as bait for catching eel. And then today, we still don't throw it away. We put them in bags, and kids get to eat it with their hands, or you can put it on ice cream and yogurt. So Chef Mark, this is where things get a little interesting. You get to cut the waffle in half. I'll start it for you. All you do is turn the waffle in a circular motion. So that's very important. My lovely assistant cuts this waffle while it's still hot, because as soon as it gets cold, it'll start to crumble. Voila! Oh, nice.
Whoa, good job.
Now come a bit closer, and all you do now is drizzle some caramel on top. And now you get to cover the second half. A traditional way of eating one of those delicious waffles, nicely done, is while it's still nice and warm. So when you go home, all you do is add 1 waffle, honey or caramel, to a hot cup of tea or coffee. Let the steam warm it up for just a couple of seconds. The caramel inside gets all soft and gooey, and the outside stays intact. Oh, delicious.
So this is Mrs. Welch's kitchen. She started this bakery to serve the sailors. So we're taking the ferry across now from Volendam, across the lake to Marken. So now we're arriving in Marken, which is the other side of the lake from where we were. Very much a little seaside town, although it's on a lake. It's a very, very large lake. And we're gonna have lunch here. So this design on the shoe was originated by the poor people here in Holland who couldn't afford leather shoes. So they drew this or painted this design on there so that from a distance they looked like leather shoes. So we arrived now at Zaanse Schans, which is a museum of sorts where they've brought windmills from all over the country and put them here for people to see them. So right now we're walking with the group to a specific windmill where a miller actually lives. even works, and he's going to show us about some things about the windmill.
And we have to heat the crushed peanut because the oil inside is very thick and want to get it to become more fluid so we can press it more easily. We take up to 10 kilos and then we place it on the stove, and here we heat it for 5 to 6 minutes until it's 60 degrees. Now we heat it, but we don't want to burn it, because when it's burnt we can't get any oil out of it. So we let down this rotating blade, and this keeps everything moving, preventing it from burning. Now when it's warm enough, we pull the blade back up, and then we pull the big ring forwards. And as you can see, the ring has no bottom, so everything will fall down in 2 holes on my side of the stove. And under these holes there are 2 bags hanging. Each bag contains about 5 kilos each. And when the bags are full, we can take it to the last step, and the last step is pressing. Now pressing is done in this big wooden press. But before we can press it, we have to get the bags in a filter. Now I'll get one out for you. This is one of the filters, so now I have 2 of them. I have one on the left, which I took out, and I have one here on the right. The outside of the filter is made of leather and the inside is made of rope. And as I fold it open, you can see there's already a bag inside. This one has been pressed, it's very hard and there's little to no oil left inside. When the bags from the stove are full, we place them in a filter, we close the filter, and then we place the filter in the press. Now when the 2 filters are full, we can finally start pressing, and we do that by driving this big wedge in. Now we don't have to do that by hand, of course, we have the windmill for it. The windmill lifts up this hammer. The hammer weighs 150 kilos and is being lifted up by a rotating camshaft on the first floor, and then it falls on its own weight. And what's left over in the bags after pressing are 2 of these hard compressed cakes, and these are used for feeding cows and horses in the winter time when there's not enough grass outside.
Well, I'm up on top of the miller's windmill, and you can see another one in the background. This one is making peanut oil currently, and they let you come up here on the roof so you can get a kind of a 360 view of the place, and it's really pretty. This is a little store that sells candy and stroopwafels and stuff, but in the back is this little bakery museum. And look, you can see the cookie press machine here where they rolled the cookies. All kinds of molds and colorings and flavorings. Looks like they had a whole alphabet of these old cookie molds.